Okay, so the tablet that I left out there with the smiley face on it I noticed dirt on it. I looked closer and I could see smudges. See here? Looks kind of like prints. So this is while it was still outside. I took it inside and I looked at it with my macro lens. Sure enough, I could see fingerprints. Here's a little look at the top section. Here, this looks like a print. Let's closer look at it. See? I looked this up and what I found was that the only things that make fingerprints, like with dermal ridges, are humans, apes, and koala bears. And koala bears aren't around here for sure, so that leaves only two things. And there wasn't any human out there messing with it. So that leaves an ape, and the only ape would be a Bigfoot. So this to me kind of looks like a palm, like the hand was maybe laying on it. And then this is the best thing that I found on it right here. That is a fingerprint. You can see this swirl and the ridges of the fingerprint. March 30th, 2017. Today was an awesome day. This morning when I was going to walk out onto the porch, before I opened the door, I saw that they had brought back another one of my husband's tools. We think that they took it last Saturday after my husband was working on our son's truck. He said that he'd been using that particular tool when he was working on it. So we're wondering if they saw him using it and became interested in that tool. It's a ratchet, which makes a cool sound when you use it. He left the garage open pretty much all that afternoon, even when he came back in the house. From past experience, we have learned that when the garage is left open, they will go in there and take tools. So my husband realized last Saturday that he had left the garage open. He opened the door from the house that goes into the garage and pressed the button that opens and closes the big garage door without him entering the garage. It closed, but he didn't check the door that goes from the garage out to the back porch. It must have been unlocked, and he forgot to go out and lock it. Today, when I saw the ratchet, which they had returned by putting it on the grill, which must be a new favorite return spot, I went out to take some pictures with my phone and then decided to go in and get my good camera to take some more. As I reached the back door, I noticed what looked like a little handprint on the inside of the glass. I took pictures and sure enough, it was a handprint. The print is smaller than my hand and doesn't match up to my hand. There have been no children or anyone at our house with that small of a hand. This handprint is not mine, so I believe it is from a juvenile Sasquatch. I'm writing this on April 2nd. Today, when I was taking more photographs of the print, I looked around for more and found a possible one on the actual big garage door window. It looks like a partial palm print that shows the thumb area. So this is what I'm wondering may have happened last Saturday, the 25th. A little juvenile snuck up into the garage to take that interesting tool and was in there when my husband quickly closed the garage door. It could have ducked behind the car when it heard my husband coming. Then, after Jim closed the garage door, it was stuck in there. So it possibly went over to the big door, which it probably entered through, and put its hand on the window, discovering that it couldn't get out. Then it proceeded to the back door, which was open, thank God. It put its left hand on the window to push as it turned the doorknob with its right hand. That is my theory on what happened and how the handprint ended up on the inside of my garage door window. What I don't understand, though, is how I didn't see the print for 5 days. Unless my theory is wrong and they got in the garage between then and today. Okay, there is a little handprint on the inside of my door going out to the porch from the garage. It's a little bit smaller than my hand. I can't focus on both things. But anyways, it's smaller than my hand, just a little bit, so it's a juvenile. And I tried to make my prints on the glass beside it over here. And it did leave just a little bit of a print, but it's very, like barely visible. So it seems like these Sasquatch have really thick oils or something on their hands that they leave beautiful prints. So it measured from the top of the fingers to the bottom of the hand 5 inches, and from the side of the hand to the thumb also 5 inches to the tip of the thumb. It is a beautiful little print, and it's cute, so little. There the whole thing is. Hope that picked it up good. Bottom of the hand and the thumb, the side, and the fingers at the top. I'm shooting this at night so I can get a better visual of it with the dark background behind it. April 23rd. Today we went to get groceries. We unloaded the car and my husband thought that he closed the garage door. I went in and took a long nap. When I woke up and checked the porch, nothing happened out there, but the large garage door was wide open. That's when we noticed that the bottom drawer on the toolbox was open. My husband's little crowbar was down off the wall where it had been hanging, and there was a socket attachment that had been on top of the toolbox, which was now down on the bench. So they were in the garage again. We don't know what they took. I also found a handprint or a smear in the dirt on the dresser that is sitting in there.
The bottom drawer of my toolbox is open. I have no idea what's missing.
Yes.
There's a baby crowbar that I had hanging on a nail on the wall.
Show
it's
where
down.
it was up there.
Was hanging there.
Okay.
It's now here.
Okay.
There's also a 3/8 extension
And that
laying on the
was
bench, and that was
up here.
in here.
So this is open. The pliers that are in there actually belong in this drawer, right?
Yes.
So we don't know if they moved them, brought them back, or what.
I do know this was closed, and I know that was hanging on that nail. And I know that extension was right there.
Okay. Okay, well, I guess time will tell. Look at that. That doesn't match up to my hand. That just might be a Sasquatch. Smear fingerprint thing in the dust. The ends seem to have that thick residue stuff. Because I can almost guarantee that if I try to make a, let's try it. Okay, those are ones I just made, and there's nothing on that end, the tips, even in thick dirt. Nothing. That has to be what that is. See, that's the possible Sasquatch one. There's the ones where I was trying to make something comparable. So it just so happens, I don't know if I've shown this, but this just happens to be on the way to the toolbox. So if they were left that way, and they were in a big old hurry getting out of here, put their hand here, hopped up over this, and out the door, thinking that might be what happened. Okay, Jim found this morning what appears to be a handprint on the window of his truck. I'm trying to get it documented before it rains, and it's very hard to see. This is from the, I'm doing it from the inside, but I see 4 fingers and a thumb right there, I think. I just came into our bedroom to clean, and I opened the window and I just noticed this. On the windowsill, see there's a screen. I opened the window, which was closed, and in the dirt on the outside part of the windowsill, see this is the inside, this is the outside, there are 3 finger marks making like arches. And that corner of the screen is up just a little bit, see? That side's down like it should be. This side's up. So it almost looks like something or somebody opened the screen made these marks and then closed it back down. Trying to figure out. Looks like they would have had to gone 1, 2, and then this was the third one. And at the ends, the dirt's thicker. So if this was a Bigfoot, why did they do that? Just to give a little perspective. Okay, the end of the bed is right there. That's where our feet are. There's only like a foot and 2 feet maybe to that. Just look in here again. And yep, there it is. Same spot as before, I'm pretty sure. Upside down, of course.
Before they put it in there before.
They put it in here and they put it upside down right at this spot. Yep. I'll have to look back, but I'm pretty sure it was right there. So, yipper-doodle. What the heck? Oh my goodness, what is that? What is that? That looks like finger holes. Like something took their finger and just stuck it in there. Wow. That's freaking awesome. I don't see anything else. Like if it was a rabbit, which I have seen rabbit tracks in here before. There's always, more than one set. That's not what a rabbit track looks like either. That is cool. They had to have done that. I wonder if they took their 4 fingers and just went like that. Bonk. Huh. That's almost what that looks like. I bet that's what that is. How awesome is that? All the stuff is moved. See the little fingerprints in there? I'm going to get better pictures of that tomorrow. Also, well, Rick's birds are knocked over. They were standing up. And Rick found a handprint on the grill right there. A really cool handprint.
It looks like they had their knuckles down or something.
Yeah.
You can see hair swabs in it.
Yep. So after I woke up and came out, we noticed, this is what this has all been leading up to, we noticed a handprint on the grill. But it had been raining, so we couldn't be 100% sure. To me, it looked kind of like raindrops, but this morning, with condensation and everything all over it, I can see plainly that it is a handprint, and it's about my size, so it was probably a juvenile that touched it. And Jim didn't for sure, because I cleaned this, and so he's been very, very careful not to touch the top of the grill, because I did that specifically so we could get fresh handprints if they touched it. And sure enough, there it is. Now I can only get the 4 fingers. The thumb would be down in here somewhere, but I don't see it, so I don't know if they didn't put their thumb on it. So I don't know if that's got anything to do with where they put that or not. Another thing I noticed this morning is that this handprint, the thumb is visible on it here. I got a picture of it. And this is the side of the hand, and that's the little finger. But I don't know that I could see the thumb the other day. It's Tuesday, June 4th, 3 p.m. Jim just got home from work, and the guy that works with him noticed handprints on all over the side of his truck before he left. And this is the most obvious one here. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 fingers. I don't know, it's weird. Also right above it, you have to get just at the right angle, but there's some here, just below it. There's some there, and right behind it. There's some right here. And just some kind of a smudge type deal there. This. There's some on this side too. That almost looks like a palm. I was sitting here talking to Jim and looked up here and noticed fingerprints, handprints, all up and down that window. And there's one way up high, but those are not from us. So I'm thinking that they are coming up and looking in the window. And the one is clear up there. I don't know if you can see it from here. But it's sideways. It's like the hand went like this, so it was tall enough that whatever it was could lean against there and put its hand. So it was a big one. So they're coming up here for sure. Now I'll try to get pictures of this or something because I don't think it's showing very well. Let me see. See right there, you can see 4 fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4, and up above it. I hope this picks it up. But all down there, and here, you can even see a palm. Fingers here. But they start at about 3.5. Wait, no, 1, 2, 3.5 to 4 feet, I would say. Now, if you look at the other window by the swing, there's some there too. And they go clear up. There's this few here, but they're mostly on this window. There's no way that could have been me or Jim. That's just way too high. And we don't like come over here and put our hands against the window all the time. Okay, the one at the top, I can see it really good now. Because I'm standing up on the chair. It's that high. I can't believe how high that one is up there. Trying to see if my fingers would leave, anything, and they're not. So whatever that is has really oily fingers. It is Friday, July 26th, 8:42 a.m. Okay, I've been out here looking around. Now outside I saw nothing that happened. However, when I walked into the garage this morning, I said, oh my God, because we left the garage wide open last night. Both big doors. So I started looking around, and they were definitely in here. Now they were also open, I'm trying to think, well, It would have been in the evening and then overnight. But first thing I noticed, because I started looking on the car for handprints, I saw a smear here on the window. But best of all, right here is a perfect palm print with a little side thing of like the thumb area right here. I'm trying to get it for you to see. Like I said, I want to take better pictures with my good camera, but we'll see where it is at least. There, that's. That is a magnet. So Yeah, I've been checking it out. There's little pieces of hair. And possibly fingerprint marks. Like, it looks a little bit sticky or something. Well, it has to be for that hair to be sticking on it. Jim noticed this yesterday, but forgot to tell me. Here's the handle, which we never touch up high, but there's some little marks on the door right there that look like fingerprints, finger marks. And like I said, we never touch it up that high. We always touch it here to go in. And there's a little one just above it too, right there, which could be, us. However, I had Jim and I touched down here just for comparison, and it doesn't leave hardly any mark. So this is more oily, especially up here. And there's also a little bit of something on the siding. So something has touched up there. There's some kind of little toy here. It looks like binoculars. I'm not sure though. And I don't know if they've touched it or not, the table, because I see something there. I also just noticed, I'm right here, okay, the garage door is right there, and there's the back porch, and I just noticed right along here what looks like could be possibly two, like, handprints, like if something was running on all fours and had their hand like this. I mean, that's total guesswork, but that would be the right size to go along with the handprint on the planter. I'm kind of excited about this because if they've been sneaking up to get in the garage, they probably want to stay right along this. I don't know. I mean, that could be anything really, but that's what it looks like to me. Like if it was on all fours, down like that, however they do their hands. Okay, we did some comparisons with this handprint. This one's mine here, and that one is way bigger. The one above it is Jim's, and it barely even makes a print. And it's still smaller than that one. This is Jim's, and that's that. And earlier today we tried to have him leave one, and see, you can't even hardly see it. So mine there, that one, which I thought looked odd, I didn't even think it really looked human a lot anyways, and Jim's. So, and Jim's should have been really fresh, and you know, the Bigfoot one has dust in it, so we have concluded that in no way is that either Jim's or mine.